My name is Roger Downs. I'm the Conservation Program Manager with the Sierra Club Atlantic chapter. With my 3 minutes, I would like to object to the premature nature of holding these hearings for draft regulations, perhaps the only hearings we will get, when it is clear that the DEC has not achieved a foundational understanding of what needs to be regulated. And by this, I mean to say that the hearings should only be for the S-guys. We should not be commingling the seeker and SAPA processes. How can anyone gauge the strength of the new rules when the DEC has failed to provide comprehensive cumulative impact analysis, public health risk assessments, or meaningful wastewater management plans, or even a completed S-guys? We ask that you suspend this rulemaking process until the seeker process has concluded. With that said, and perhaps my only opportunity to speak publicly about the regs, I want to talk about a gaping regulatory loophole that needs to be closed. The new proposed regulations only pertain to gas wells that consume 300,000 gallons of water or more during the hydrofracking process. Gas wells that consume less than this threshold will only be subject to the permitting conditions established by the 1992 GEIS and regulations that were last updated in 1972. It should be noted that in 1992, the GEIS was to be the foundation for new regulations, and it was specified throughout that document. And almost 20 years later, we still do not have these foundational regulations on the books. What the DEC is proposing is a two-track system of regulations where there is a chasm between protections. The SGIS socioeconomic study estimates that 10%, or about 5,000 wells in the Marcellus, will be vertical wells, some of them utilizing less than 300,000 gallons of water. I suspect many, suggesting that thousands of wells in the coming years will be allowed to use open waste pits, avoid chemical disclosure, and be free of new emission standards, setback requirements, and other improved mitigations mandated for high-volume horizontal hydraulic fracturing. Again, the DEC was supposed to protect New York with oil and gas regulations 20 years ago, and they failed to do so. It is entirely inappropriate now for the DEC to move forward with supplemental regulations for non-existent foundational regulations. The DEC needs to create one unified regulatory standard for all oil and gas development. The current draft regulations create a double standard that will inevitably lead to abuse and unanticipated environmental degradation. The Atlantic chapter seriously doubts any amount of regulation can adequately protect New York from this inherently flawed industrial practice, but at the very least, we ask that you follow a process that does not subvert public participation or the spirit of seeker. Thank you.